Hey Mixed Church, pumped you could join us online today. I want you to know that through everything we've been going through, we have not ceased to pray for each of you, that God would provide for you, that He would protect you and prosper you, and above all else, that He would meet you right where you are and reveal more of His heart to you. Believing that's exactly what He wants to do this morning as we worship Jesus and hear a powerful word that's sure to encourage us from Pastor Caleb, our lead pastor at Mix Norfolk. Before we jump in, you'll notice that the worship this week was filmed on location in our new venue, the Skylight Theater, down in the Third Ward. We could not be more excited to give you a sneak peek into the space we will be calling home for the foreseeable future, a place we believe that God has been preparing just for us so that together we will encounter who He is in tangible ways. As we dive into worship, can I encourage you to, yes, appreciate the beauty of the theater, but even more so to appreciate the beauty of a God who never leaves us nor forsakes us, but instead who goes before us and leads us victoriously through every season. So what do you say we lean in together and we receive from Jesus everything that He wants to bring our way?
To life, it's momentum in the making. Can you feel it start to rise? Can you hear the generations getting louder over time? Every son and every daughter singing out into the night. It's not time to be silent. Don't you dare hide your light. There's a world outside your window, so don't let it pass you by. Lift your hands to the heavens, lift your voice to the sky. Let the Lord of all creation, let His name be lifted high. Singing, oh, oh. Faceless, from the palace to the streets, I can feel that drumbeat pulsing, and it's calling you and me. I can hear the world awaking, all the sound is heavenly. Every tribe and every nation singing Jesus, I believe. And it's not time to be silent. Don't you dare hide your light. There's a world outside your window, so don't let it pass you by. Lift your hands to the heavens, lift your voice to the sky. Praise the Lord of all creation, let His name be lifted high. Singing, oh, oh. Strongholds break in a blink of an eye, letting all our sin aware inside. For the Lord, He is alive. See the lost return from the dead of the night. Every captive free, every chain left behind. Have you ever seen such a beautiful sight? All the world coming alive. See the world light up one heart at a time. See the strongholds break in the blink of an eye, letting all our sin aware inside. For the Lord coming alive. See the lost return from the dead of the night. Every captive's free, every chain left behind. Have you ever seen such a beautiful sight? For the world coming alive. your window, so don't let it pass you by. Lift your hands to the heavens, lift your voice to the sky. Praise the Lord of all creation, let his name be lifted high. I've been strong and I've been broken within a moment. I've been faithful and I've been reckless at every bend. I've held everything together and watched it shatter. I stood tall and I have crumbled in the same breath. I have wrestled and I have trembled towards surrender. Chased my heart adrift and drifted home again. Clung to blessing till I've been desperate to find redemption. But every time I turn around, Lord, you're still there. And I was found before I was lost. I was yours before I was not. Grace to spare for all my mistakes, and I bought just raised me.
I don't deserve this kind of love. Somehow, this kind of love is who you are. It's a grace I could never add to be somebody you still want. Somehow, you love me as you find me.
Who am I to think your glory needs my praises? But every borrowed breath is yours, Lord, take it all. You are faithful and you are gracious, and I'm just grateful to think you don't need a single thing, and still you want my heart. And I was found before I was lost. I was yours before I was not. You wear the scars for all my mistakes, and I bought just raised me.
No, I don't deserve this kind of love, but somehow this kind of love is who you are. It's a grace I could never add to be somebody you still want, but somehow you love me as you find me. 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 I could never add up to be somebody you still want. But somehow you love me as you find me.
Man, I can't see you, but I'm with you in spirit. I'm happy to be with all of our locations today. Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Norfolk, Virginia. Where you at? In the chat. Let's go. Man, I have a word today that I believe is from the Lord. Preparing this was just so life-giving for me, and I believe that if you'll grab what God is serving this morning, you will be changed. Listen, I can't help you. I can't say things that change hearts or bring dead things in your life back to life or create healing in your soul or in your body. All of that is way beyond me, but I believe, and I hope you do too, that all of that is exactly what Jesus does, and it's right in his wheelhouse. Did you come hurting today? Did you come down? Did you come with your relationships on the rocks? Did you come completely empty? Did you come confused about what's going on in the world? Are you mad about it? Are you afraid of it? Are you just over it? Are you anxious? Well, you came to the right place. You came to the only God that can not just beat back the fear of frustration, the anxiety, the division, the pain, and the despair. He'll do all of that and deliver us unto a brand new future and a hope, a life lived the way it was meant to be lived. So I'm going to let it rip. And I'm going to ask you to lock in, because as we look at the words of Jesus and the reality of the life that he's given to us, I believe this, that we will be changed. That's elusive, isn't it? Actual change. For all the effort we put into making ourselves better, making our society better, making our family, our marriage better. We want to be better friends. We want to be better employees. We want to be better followers of Jesus. So we set out to do it. We follow that Success Secret Instagram or install like a breathing app on our phones. Like literally, I have an app on that tells me when I need to stop doing what I'm currently doing and just remember to breathe. We join the gym and we subscribe to Audible and we start blogging and we set a schedule. We set a new alarm. We find somebody to hold us accountable. And that's just all for us. That's just all the stuff we do to try to make ourselves better. We're also trying to make the world better. We're trying to change the world around us. We're trying to get the world around us to better reflect the values of the kingdom of God. We want people treated equally. We want people to stop killing each other before birth and after birth. We want the poor to be taken care of. We want corruption stopped, and we want love to rule over power. But it feels like we're just punching underwater with all of it. Man, it is so hard to change, right? If it's so hard to even see where we are in any area, are we moving forward? Am I a better husband? Am I a better advocate for others? Like, it's so easy to feel like so much of our effort to make things better in ourselves and the world around us is just fruitless. And honestly, so much of it is. See, if we take our cues on the way we live or interact with the world from the world, if we take our marching orders and directions from the world around us, it's going to always be fruitless. But that's not what we want. We want to live life that are fruitful. I don't want to spin my wheels for 80 years and then check out. I don't want to get to the end and realize it was mostly fruitless. And neither do you. You were made to work together with God for the flourishing of his creation. There's one way, not a lot of ways. There's not a bunch of different ways that we're going to live fruitful lives. There's one way to live a fruitful life. I'm going to define on the front end on the term here, fruitful. Fruitful living is this: cooperating with God unto the flourishing of people and creation. Unfruitful living is this: living into anything else. Any other aim is off target and is not what the Bible calls fruit. Outside of God, the best you can hope for is climbing the ladder, getting to the top, and realizing it was set against the wrong building. The finish line isn't up there. Fruitful living is in cooperating with God unto the flourishing of human beings and creation. Both sides are important. There's no flourishing without God. And there's no relationship with God outside of his work. That's a really big statement. I don't have time to really develop this morning, but it matters that we see this. Our fruitfulness is tied up in our relationship with him inextricably. You can't bear fruit without him, because with him there is no life. Let's read John 15, 1-18, where Jesus is talking about this. I am the true vine, and my Father is the gardener. He cuts off every branch in me that bears no fruit, and while every branch that does bear fruit, he prunes, so that it will be even more fruitful. You are already clean because of the word I have spoken to you. Remain in me, and as I also remain in you. No branch can bear fruit by itself. It must remain in the vine. Neither can you bear fruit unless you remain in me. I'm the vine, you're the branches. If you remain in me and I in you, you will bear much fruit. You will. Apart from me, you can do nothing. If you do not remain in me, and you are like a branch that is thrown away and withers, such branches are picked up, thrown into the fire, and burned. If you remain in me and my words remain in you, ask whatever you wish, and it will be done for you. This is to my Father's glory that you bear much fruit, showing yourselves to be my disciples. See, Jesus wants you to be fruitful. More than you do, honestly. So I'm not even really a gardener, at all. We don't have a garden, but once we did, and I can tell you, I cared about the fruit that was coming off of those plants or vegetables. See, you weren't made by God you were made by God to be connected to him on the vine. Hear me when I say this. God made you to be fruitful. There's somebody this morning sitting in despair with where their life is. Somebody today is feeling like they don't have a reason. You were made with a reason. There is a gardener in your corner today, and he desires fruitfulness for you. See, sometimes we believe that God is punishing us and making us live a life less than a full life, like he made us, or he's teaching us something, and we're living away below his standard of a full life as a kind of a punishment or a teaching moment from God. Get that out of here. God wants you to live and work and have a fruitful existence with him. He wants you to grow and become more like Jesus, and he wants to work alongside of you. He's invested in your fruitfulness, and that is his goal with you. So how do we get fruitful? What is the one way that we, while cooperating with the God who is fighting for us to become fruitful, get out of this frustration of fruitless living? How do we break out of the constant feeling like no matter what we do, nothing matters? We have got to remain in him. That's our responsibility. That's our focus. Remain in him and his words in us. We don't like it because it seems too simple. Oftentimes, I get into a place, and maybe you're here right now, where I feel like being connected to Jesus just isn't enough. That I need more. That I need to be connected to Jesus and to read that new book, to follow that new account, to redo my schedule, to be more activist-minded. Yeah, if I did a better job setting up my life and saying the right things and performing the right thing, if I was only more than I am. See, when we're trying to produce fruit from the wrong source, we end up feeling incompetent. That's where all this always ends. We're never enough. We can't do enough good. We can't help enough people. We can't wake up early enough. We can't go to the gym enough. We will never be enough unless we realize that we are enough in Jesus. Apart from him, we can do nothing. We'll never produce enough fruit. Man, we think we're the whole tree, but we're just a branch, a part of the tree, a completely dependent part of the tree. You're a person, and people are not independent. We get life from something. When that something we're trying to get life from is anything but Jesus, we're just grafted onto a stick. Imagine taking a branch off an apple tree and sticking it on another branch that fell off during a storm and expecting apples. Or ripping it from the tree it's supposed to be on and sticking it onto an old dead tree that's barely standing on its own and expecting any kind of harvest. That's crazy, right? But we do this all the time. Your job, your cause, your family, your wealth, your ideals, your degree, none of it is a source. They're dead trees. There's one thing and one thing only you can live connected to that will be a source for fruitfulness: Jesus. You and him and you. And I know it sounds like the easy answer and the Sunday school answer, but it's the right answer. You were made to be with him. It's not a question of whether we like that. It's how it is, if that's the truth. But it's a glorious truth because he's good. And he doesn't only want what is good for us. He wants what is best for us. And what is best for us is just simply being connected to him, the vine, the giver of life. So what are you connected to? And how's that going? What is the thing that is driving your life? Where's your hope? That's the right question. What are you hoping will lead you to life? Politics? Like the right dude gets elected and it'll save our country and make it like heaven here. Or your job, like you finally get the job you want and pay you want, the boss you want. It's going to fix your life and the world around you. Honestly, what in your mind are you abiding? What are you hoping in? What are the hoping leads to fruit? This is the great day to get our minds right, to get our hearts right, and to simply change that. Let's put Jesus back on the throne of our hearts. Because no matter what happens with my job, the election, my ability to get up in the morning, he is steady and sure and always faithful. 2020 can't shake the church because we were built on something deeper than this economy or political system or whatever it is that is crumbling in your world. You know, like out here in Virginia, we get hurricanes and tropical storms, and some trees fall down, but not all of them. Some of them hold tight during the storm. Let's be the ones that hold tighter during the storm. Let's lean in closer during the storm. So here we are, 2020, the maelstrom of madness that is 2020. Let's hold tight, because after this storm, when there's so much carnage, the rebuilding effort is going to take a lot of fruitful people fighting for the flourishing of human beings and all of creation who know what they're supposed to be connected to. So let's do this while we worship, and we're going to sing. Let's ask God in our houses, our coffee shop, wherever you are, in your car, what am I connected to? God, is it you? Are you my source like I need you to be? Are you my hope like I need you to be? Are you my direction? Are you my vine? Amen.
You're always moving in the unseen. The breath you exhale, sustaining me. Before I call, you know my need. You're always going before me, and I'm confident your faithfulness will see me through. My soul can rest, my righteousness is found in you. With every moment left, in every borrowed breath, let this be true. Let all my heart for all my life belongs to you. And your laughter scatters my enemies. You give me joy for my morning. You lift my head so I can see. All of heaven surrounding me, and I'm confident your faithfulness will see me through. My soul can rest, my righteousness is found in you. With every moment left, in every borrowed breath, let this be true. Let all my heart for all my life belongs to you. And I won't win this battle with the strength of my own hand. You're the mountain mover, and only you can. I won't build my life on sinking sand. You're my hope forever, the rock where I stand. And I won't win this battle with the strength of my own hand. You're the mountain mover, only you can. And I won't build my life on sinking sand. You're my hope forever, the rock where I stand. You're the rock where I stand. The rock where I stand. You're the rock where I stand. I'm confident your faithfulness will see me through. My soul can rest, my righteousness is found in you. With every moment left and every borrowed breath, let this be true. All my heart, for all my love belongs to you. With every moment left and every borrowed breath, let this be true. That all my heart, for all my life, belongs to you. It belongs to you.
Wow, what a great word from Pastor Caleb that we just heard. Come on, if you're grateful for him, for his leadership, and for his willingness to pour into our lives, why don't you throw up a praise hands emoji in the comments? Hey, real quick, just a couple things before we let you get after the rest of your Sunday. Hopefully today wasn't the first time you're hearing about it, but we are so stoked about being back together for in-person services next Sunday, August 2nd at the Skylight Theater in the 3rd Ward. It's going to be so refreshing to see people face to face and to worship alongside you again. Now, that being said, we understand that not everyone will feel comfortable coming back right away. And so we want you to know that we celebrate however you're choosing to engage with God's heart and the rest of the Mix family. Whether that be through joining us at the Skylight for the 9 or the 10:30 a.m. services, or if you'll continue joining us online. Both options will continue to be great options to stay connected to the heartbeat of our church during what's been a crazy season. Also, just a heads up, this coming Sunday, we will be launching a new series of talks that we're calling New Normal, where we'll be talking all about how where we are is not where we were, and how even though that can be a challenging thing, it can also be an awesome thing. Along with the new series, we'll be launching more online content by way of devotionals during the week on all of our social media. So be sure to follow us on Instagram or like us on Facebook if you aren't already, and be on the lookout for those life-giving devos coming your way. Lastly, we're so grateful for your continued generosity during this time. Be encouraged, because if there's anything to be said about the last 4 months, it's that the circumstances we've been walking through haven't held Mixed Church back even one bit from demonstrating through our giving exactly who's Lord of our lives. What a joy it's been to watch as all of us have embraced God's heart to give and allowed it to overflow from our lives in such extravagant ways. If you want to give today, be sure to check out any of the options listed on the screen below here, or by clicking on the link provided by the online host. Let's believe together that God uses our generosity to advance His kingdom in the city of Milwaukee and beyond. Guys, we love you so much. Praying for you in the rest of your Sunday, and we cannot wait to worship with you this next week.